Friends, we are back again at my favorite fest of the year. It's time for French Quarter Fest, y'all. The festival runs from Thursday to Sunday, but I always pop in on Friday because that's my favorite fest day. The weather is perfect this weekend, but of course we still need some cocktails to cool off, so we're stopping with Jack Daniels to have a Lynchburg lemonade. Now this year I did drink more than I usually do, so the camera work is getting a little crazy, but stick with me. I was absolutely not leaving the fest this year without making it to Chicken's Kitchen for this soul bowl. And ultimately, I'm really just here for these pepper balls. This soul bowl comes with their fried pepper ball, mac and cheese, collard greens, and soul sauce. Now the mac and cheese and collard greens really wasn't much to write home about in my book, but this pepper ball is absolutely who they think she is, including the sauce. Now at this point the heat is picking up. We've walked about a mile, and so now it's time to cool off real quick in these misters before we make our move over to Jackson Square. And boy, the amount of people posted up in Jackson Square this year was crazy. I'm really only passing through for a couple of items, and the first stop is to Krabby Jack's for this roasted duck po' boy. And honey, this duck is roasted to perfection. Tender, the slaw is deliciously flavorful, and the roll that they chose for this was perfect. Now one thing about me is if I have the opportunity to eat crab, I'm gonna do it every single time. So I made a real quick stop by Landry's for a crab cake with lemon butter. This was delicious. Just before the fest, I learned about Addis Nola and these honey glazed wings, so I was not missing these. I met some fun characters in this line, but once I got my wings, they hooked me up with some fries too. And honey, these are the pretty wings that Maxwell was carrying on about. They were piping hot, glazed to perfection, and seasoned with all kind of love. I cannot wait to go to this restaurant. This was my favorite item of the entire fest. The street performers were absolutely showing out this year, and I love that so much. The next thing was to continue on down, moving on over to the Jack's Brewery lot. Now this is usually where I would stop and hit up Southerns, but since I'm there all the time, I skipped that and went for this mango freeze, which was absolutely delicious, perfect to cool off in this weather. At this point, we've walked about 4 miles, so it's time to start putting a big finish on it. My friend wanted to stop by Mondays to check out the whole red snapper. It was okay, not oh my gosh, but still good. Now while I'm waiting in this long line for Loretta's, which is the booth we never miss, we always like to get this combo plate from Cafe Dauphine. It comes with an egg roll and a fried rib, which are good. However, it is the seafood stuffed bell pepper that is the star of this show. It has crab and shrimp and is flavored so well. Now, I finally made it to the front of the Loretta's line. My husband is here for the praline beignet, which he always gives me a bite. However, for me, it is and will forever be about the crab beignet. I don't know what's in that sauce or how they season that crab, but it always tastes like they caught that crab 20 minutes ago. Now, my final stop is always the same for Lizzie's Sweet Treats to grab this Hucklebuck, aka this Dixie Cup. I heard they're getting a food truck soon. Ultimately, another great fest year.